Hello, all, and welcome to this amazing series where we'll be building from the ground up once again a URL shortener API with Flask, the Python micro framework. We'll be building a service such as bit.ly.com and we'll be building it to fit certain requirements, one of which we are going to have to make it scale and scale really well. So we're just going to build it to, let me just shift this here, build it to fit these rules here, something simple. So the requirement says the service should have about 1,000 daily active users creating 5 to 10 short URLs per day. The application would have a predicted daily volume of 100,000 daily visitors clicking the short URL links. There must be a REST API to create, retrieve, update, and delete shortened URLs. Customers are given an API token for use with the service. For this example, the link shortening service would have the domain git.lc. There are a few rules for the URL shortening there are a few rules for shortened URLs. The full URL provided by the customer, e.g., http://google.com, will always be shortened to an encoded value with our domain, e.g., http git.lc/ the shortened URL anyways. Shortened URLs must be unique for each customer. If two different customers create a short URL to the same destination, customer A and customer B both create short URLs to http://google.com. Each customer is given a unique shortened URL. Duplicate shortened links for each customer are not allowed. If a customer attempts to create a new shortened link for a URL that already exists, the existing shortened link will be provided. E.g., a link for http://google.com already exists. Customer tries to create a new link to the same place, we return the existing short URL. So just to show you all the service that I already built and how it would work, I already have the service started. I have my Redis server. So we'll be using Redis to act as a cache for already existing short URLs. This way, we don't have to query the database each time users want to visit the short URLs. In applications such as this, you have a lot more users visiting the short URLs than the ones who are creating it. And as such, it will allow us to scale and handle thousands of users because this is coming from the cache instead of the database, since the cache is in memory and it's fast. So for the first user, we'll query the database and then put it in the cache before redirecting the user to the long URL so that subsequent users can just get this information from the cache and then proceed from there. I would also use HTTP, also known as HTTP, which is a command line HTTP client, and I really like it a lot. So I'll be using that to send requests to the API. So just to demo what we are going to build in this series, I already have the application set up here. We have our Redis server running, and I'm just going to sign up with HTTP. I'm going to send a push request to localhost API, sign up. The name will be Tabot, email will be user@email.com, and password will be password. These commands are showing up here because I already did this, and I have my terminal set up to remember previous commands. And so we sign up. So we're just going to log in here. HTTP post. I'm just going to take out the irrelevant commands here. So I'll take out the name to log in. So I'll log in with the email and then the password. Okay, so I did log in, and so I have a token. I'll copy this token to use it. So subsequent commands, according to the rules that we have for the applications, for the application is we always provide the users with a token that they will use to communicate with the application. So now we have this token, and we are going to use it to shorten a URL. Just going to go HTTP post. I have to put the auth flag. Okay, I think this was already there, so I'm just going to replace the token with a new token that we just received. Sorry, this is very, I don't know, I should have just typed it in. I'm getting lazy. Okay. Yep. So we send HTTP, and then auth is how the auth flag is what we use to put the token that we received, and then we need this colon because the token will act like a username, and then the password is null. That is why we have the token, a colon, and then nothing here. So we send a post request to localhost API. Shorten is our endpoint, and then we say we want to shorten. The URL is google.com, and bam, we have that. So the short URL is git.li/ga, and if a user were to visit this link, it will redirect them to google.com. But since we are running the application locally, we are just going to visit this link on our local machine. So what we'll do is I'll go to http local http get localhost API, and I'll just put GA. And you notice that we don't have to give this token in this route, because this route is not protected for specific users. It's for everyone, because that is how these URL shorteners work. You just create a link and then you share it out there, and people can just visit it. They don't need to log in or sign up. And so we didn't need to put the token here. And as you can see, the application responded and it redirecting us to, so this should redirect automatically to google.com. So that is how it works. So we will spend this whole series building this, and I will use this opportunity to teach you how to use Flask and build very complex, robust APIs with Flask, because the whole point of this is to really teach you how to use Flask models and everything, and then just to create something cool with all of this. I hope you will enjoy this series, because it will be very informative. You will learn a bunch, though it seems like what we are doing here is not much, but through this process you will learn a ton, I promise you. Anyway, see you in the next video. Take care.